Here today to talk. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, all right. We're here to talk about carbs today, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 3. We're here to talk about carbs on YouTube. Tune the fuck in right now. Got the gains coming. Check this out. Yeah, stop playing. You know I'm flexed out. But anyways, we're here to talk about carbs today, right? You know, a couple of examples. Boom, right? So you got the rotini pasta. This is what I like to use as far as carb sources. You know, I use this for my ground beef. And then you have another source of carbs. So you got jasmine rice. Check it out. Right? So these are both carbs, right? You might be eating this, or you might be eating this. You might be eating both in one meal, right? So here today, I'm here to talk about carbs and why they're good for you and why you should not be cutting them out of your diet. So today, we're talking about why you should not be cutting carbs out of your fucking diet. Let's dive right the fuck in. Carbs. It's a building block. It's an energy source. It's the first source that your body goes to when it needs energy. So let's say you need to hit the gym in the next 2 hours, right? A lot of people, they like to carb up so that they can have enough energy to fuel their workouts. So they'll go and they'll eat some rice and they'll maybe eat a little bit of protein with that as well. And that's a perfect way to be able to actually use your carbs to an advantage. Your carbs are an energy source, right? So when you're in the gym working out, right, your body's running off of something. And the first source that it's running off of is carbs. If you are not eating carbs for some reason, let's say health-wise, or maybe you have a crazy coach that said no carbs, no bueno, your body's gonna go to the next best thing, which is protein, where your body starts feeding on your protein sources next to provide that energy for the workouts. Now let's talk about why I believe carbs should not be eliminated, right? First off, it's literally what your body uses as the first energy source, right? So you're literally going against your body's natural functions. You've probably been eating carbs your entire life, and you're literally just one day saying no carbs. How the fuck do you think your body's gonna react? Right now, everyone thinks that because they're losing weight when they cut carbs, that's the reason that they're losing weight, is because they cut carbs. But that is one of the biggest misconceptions right now. You are not losing weight because you specifically cut carbs. You're losing weight because I'm pretty sure you were eating a fuck ton of carbs that were providing you a lot of calories, and now that you've cut that big ass source of calories out of your meals, you're losing weight. So it's not off of the aspect that you cut carbs. It's not off of the aspect that you just said no carbs, none of that, and you just started losing weight. No, you started losing weight because you're in a caloric deficit. You stopped eating all those damn carbs, and guess what? Your calories went down. And this is what I talk about in other videos. You know, if you want to be able to lose weight, you have to eat in a caloric deficit. So when you go and you cut this out of your meal, right? All of it, all of your carbs, of course you're gonna lose fucking weight. You just literally put a bird dish in front of you, a whole bunch of meat, and that's it, right? Of course you're gonna lose weight. It's because you're subtracting all of those calories from your diet. So when you go and you cut out things like this, when you cut out things like this from your diet, you're not losing weight because you cut out carbs. You're losing weight because you cut out those calories. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions I see among coaches, among people on the internet, on social media. So I'm here today to go ahead and break down all the lies and all the bullshit that they're feeding out here. I eat carbs. I love carbs. They help me with my workouts. They help me stay energized during my workouts. And then after, I'm able to eat more carbs so that I can get that insulin level back up. And then also as well, carbs are easier to digest. So for us hard gainers, for us gainers that are trying to gain weight, we can pack up on carbs in our meals to be able to gain the weight, add on more calories, right? So carbs have a bunch of benefits. You know, they're your energy source. They taste good. I couldn't do without rice. I couldn't do without rice in my diet. So that's not something that I see myself cutting out. I think that what's more dangerous is you cutting out carbs completely out of your diet. Now you're craving carbs on a day-to-day basis. Now you're waking up in the morning thinking about carbs. You're going to sleep at night thinking about carbs. You're just literally obsessing over carbs. You want to know why? Because you're going against your body's natural function, right? And then when you come back, when you come back to eating carbs again, you're going to go ahead and you're going to cram out. You're going to try to eat every carb that you see, every carb that is in sight, because you have literally starved your body of that energy source, right? Now there's some people, don't get me wrong, there's some people that have been on no carbs their whole life. They've been on no carbs for years, and now their body has readjusted to living in that lifestyle. But what I am saying is, carbs is not the bad guy that everyone makes it to be. Carbs is good for you. Carbs are an energy source, and carbs will help you when you need to gain weight. You know, you need to pack on calories, you know, and then, or you just want a fucking bowl of rice. You want a bowl of white rice, you want to, you know, I crave rice a lot. I love rice, right? So that's one of my number one options when I'm eating meals. So that's not something that I'm going to cut out of my diet. And I don't think that you should cut it out of your diet either, unless you got some health issues going on, your doctor says you need to cut it out, or whatever the case may be. But if you want to lose weight, you need to start eating less calories. Right, so don't specifically go and look at carbs to cut out of your diet unless that's a big fucking problem. Unless, you know, you have a plate like this and 75% of your plate is carbs. Then you have a problem and it's time to cut down a little bit, cut down and eat a little bit less carbs. But cutting them completely out of your diet, I think is stupid. I think it's insane. And I think you shouldn't be playing around with your body like that. You know, what do you think is going to be more detrimental to you? Worrying and stressing and fizzing out because you haven't ate carbs the entire day, or just lessening your carbs a little bit on a week-to-week basis so that you can go ahead and lose weight? Come on, be smart. Don't follow all these fads, all this bullshit that's going online on the media right now. Don't follow it. Do your diligence, do your research, and if you actually want to cut carbs, then start cutting carbs gradually in a slow deficit. Don't just chop all your carbs out of nowhere. Your body's gonna start going haywire. All right, cool. So that's my prediction. That's my perception on carbs and what I believe in carbs, and I'm gonna keep eating them. There's no way I'm getting rid of this, and there's no way in fuck I'm getting rid of this. So you make the decision. If you want to cut rice out just to cut rice out, then hey, go right ahead, be my guest. I'm still gonna eat more. All right, so I thank you guys for tuning in on this episode of me talking about carbs and my thoughts on them. And my bottom line, my final thought, keep them in your fucking diet. Unless you have other goals that you need to attend to and you need to have a strict cut on carbs. I thank you guys for tuning in. You come to my YouTube channel at More Power 305. Subscribe at More Power 305. My Instagram is also More Power 305 as well. If you guys have any other controversial topics that you need me to talk about, any questions that you have, any thoughts that you have, leave it in the comments. And yes, I still have this fucking rice sitting in my hand. Tune in next time, guys. I hope you have a great night.